What is going on, everybody? It is me, Jamoka from Sounds Nerdy, and welcome back to the channel. Apple and Google are working together to reduce AirTag and other stalking. AirTag, Apple, and Google are partnering to make it harder for tracking beacons like AirTag to be used for stalking. This is a good partnership between the two. I'm going to dive into this article a little bit for you today. But before I dive into that, if you are new to this channel, please do me a huge favor. Consider hitting that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos that I put out there. All right, let's dive into this article here. All right, so Apple and Google working together to reduce AirTag and other tracker stalking. So this is very interesting. Apple and Google are partnering to make it harder for tracking beacons like AirTag to be used for stalking by proposing a standard to prevent misuse. Skip that paragraph. Announced on Tuesday, the two tech giants jointly submitted a proposal industry specification that will allow Bluetooth location tracking devices to be compatible with unauthorized tracking detection systems and alerts across both iOS and Android. So that's very cool. So they're going to propose some type of implementation that on both iOS and Android, regardless of what the tracking system is from, that will allow you to get alerts across both systems. So I'm liking that. Other companies have also expressed support for the initiative, including Samsung, Tao, Chipolo, Ufi Security, and Pebblebee. Presently, tracking devices rely on a specific device ecosystem to work, such as iPhones and the Find My Network AirTag. However, notifications are also device dependent. So iPhone users will see anti-stalking notifications if an extra AirTag is in their bag, but an Android device wouldn't, other than occasional beeps from the AirTag itself. So basically, the only way this works currently is that if you have two of the same systems look like. So if you have two AirTags, then you would get a notification that there's two AirTags. So that's how you can find out if there's another AirTag or whatever. I'm assuming that Android probably works the same. It doesn't really talk about how the Android system works here, but it may work the same. I don't own either of the two, so I'm not exactly sure. The standard would therefore make it so that iPhone and Android users would get the warnings, regardless of whether the tracking is an AirTag or another competition with AirDroid, or another compatible with AirDroid. So yeah, so Apple launched AirTag to give users. So this is why, which is what Apple is saying why they launched their AirTag. Apple launched AirTag to give users a peace of mind knowing where to find their most important items. All right, so that was the obviously intended use of that, but we know now that it's been out for a couple years now. We know how that there are actually creepos out there that are using this for stalking purposes. I mean, just take a look at some of the headlines. Not that. Take a look at some headlines here. This is one from earlier this year. Tennessee man charged with using AirTag to stalk ex-wife. Yeah, another case of stalker using the Apple's AirTag. One of the AirTags alerting the victim. Police near Memphis have arrested a woman's ex-husband. Here's another one. Vermont man stalked woman by secretly placing AirTag behind the license plate. So obviously you got these weirdos out there that want to use it to stalk these women, and that's very scary. And I'm sure Apple did not. That was not their intended use. Although I believe in the article it does say that they had tried to put in some measures to try to discourage that. Yeah, here it goes. We built AirTag and the Find My network with a set of proactive features to discourage unwanted tracking. So it's just to discourage, but they couldn't actually figure out a way to actually stop it. I mean, somebody who has a nefarious use for it will figure out a way to use it. So yeah, so those are some of the more unethical uses. So, but let's talk about some of the ethical uses for these AirTags. I mean, you can use it for tracking your kids. I know some people may not like that, but you stick your kid on a school bus. You want to make sure that they got on the school bus and make sure they got to school safely, and then they make sure that they got home. Yeah, they can also send you a text or a phone call or whatever. But having that extra added layer should give you some more security. And what if something happens where either they're going on a field trip or there's a detour or derailment, or in the most extreme case, a kidnapping or whatever? Having that AirTag would allow you to actually get the exact location of where your child is at that time, so you can go and rescue them. So tracking luggage. This is probably a very good one because Lord knows if you've gone out there and you had your luggage misplaced during the flight, that's a very inconvenient experience for you. At least with the AirTags, you can at least track where your luggage is and then try to figure out how to recover it from that point. Also, tracking pets, you know, your dog or your cat go run off. I can care less if it's a cat, but anyway, if your dog or cat go running off, you have a way to at least track them down. You no more having to put up posters and signs saying "Find my cat, find my dog." No, you got the little beacon on your app right there. You can go search them out and rescue them. So those are some good uses for that. Again, I do have another use case for you. So not stalking. It's not for tracking your luggage. What about if you have suspicion about your spouse or your woman? You think she's cheating on you. Let's just say she's like, "Honey, I'm going to the gym." You're like, "Okay, fine." You're going Planet Fitness or whatever. Pull up the app. Wait a minute, that's not Planet Fitness. That's in some neighborhood with some houses. She comes home. She says, "Honey, how was the gym?" "Oh, the gym was great." Blah blah blah. Then you just bam show that screenshot of where she was. You done busted her ass, cheating on you. So that's another use for it. But again, I only if you have suspicions, that's what you should use it for. But I'm not going to say you should just go out and do it. But if you do, that may be one way to just have hard concrete proof that she was lying to you. She ain't going to the gym. She's over some other man's house. But it's another story for another day. All right. That's never happened to me. That's not why I brought the story up. I just thought it was an interesting use case that somebody out there could use for it. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover for this story here for you today. I want to thank you for taking the time out to check out this channel. Again, if you're new to this channel, please do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell. Also, head over to soundsnerdy.com where I curate tech news from around the web and bring it to you in one convenient location so you don't have to go to multiple websites to get your tech news. I curate news from Apple, Samsung, Android, Google, computing, and also more general tech news. So, if you want to stay up to date with your current tech news, make sure you head over to soundsnerdy.com. And until the next video, guys, stay nerdy.